Again, we've got another cool day up at the workshop. Today we are servicing and fixing my daily driver, my Discovery 4 commercial 3 litre TDV6. She's up on the blocks. We've just pulled the prop off. Centre carrier bearing failed its MOT on the centre carrier bearing, just the centre carrier bearing. Otherwise this is a really clean, nice, well looked after Discovery. So the prop is already off. It's a way down to get a new centre carrier. I think I know why the centre carrier failed. I'll pop a little video in. But today as well, we're going to give it a big service. Bosch and a mix of Bosch and genuine Land Rover parts. As this is my only car at the minute, because the P38 is off the road. Because it's winter and there's salt, and Land Rovers like to disintegrate when they get salt on them. But we're going to do the usual. We're going to cut the oil filter open, see if there's any metal in it, because the old 3 litre does like to fill itself full of glitter every so often. Fingers crossed there's not, because I really like this car. It's my daily driver. I use it all the time. It works hard, and I do occasionally take it off-roading. First order of business, I think we're going to start nice and easy and change the wiper blades. So what I didn't know about the value of wipers in some Bosch wipers, which I was informed on, this little sticker here, when it goes yellow, means that the wipers are due to be changed. So change them, throw them in the parts pile, and we'll get the Bosch ones on. A big shout out to Josh, who told me about the little warning symbol on the wipers that means they're due to be changed. He found out the same way as me on his Cooper. But we're going for the old Bosch Aero Twin package from the local auto factors. I'll probably need my step for the other side, because I've got the car up in the air with the suspension up, so I could easily take the prop shaft off. Cap back on. I've already took the cover off, but I don't know about most people, but the one thing I do like is decent wipers, so you can actually see where you're going. It'd be easier with the bonnet down, but I'm impatient. And that one's very tight. There we go. Throw that one in the parts pile as well. And another bish bash Bosch. Make sure it's facing the right way or it'll do my head in. If the logo isn't pointing down over, it will irritate me. Bosch pointing down over. Do the oil filter next, and then we'll nip underneath and drain the oil. So I'm aware the lighting's a bit crap, because the big light in the workshop is off. So I'm working on LEDs stuck to the wall at the minute. So pull the old filter out. I'm sure I fitted a Bosch filter last time, but I'll let it drain a little bit. I noticed that the actual filter cap, the plastic one, was a little bit damaged last time, so I've been meaning to change this. I do change the oil and filter on these at about 4,000 mile intervals, because, wait, it's a 3 litre, isn't it? Now join me at the oil filter dissecting bucket. So we'll get the old filter out. As you can see, I do service these quite a lot, but the oil does go black straight away. What the problem was, I noticed, let's get a torch in there on the side, just here, it was broken. And now luckily the bits weren't in the engine, so I presume this was broken before it went back on the car and someone noticed. This was before my ownership. So that's why we've got this cap to replace. But we're going to cut this oil filter open and see if there's any glitter inside it. Just always curious. I used to do this with my F10 M5 as well, and that was a bit sickening, that, because it actually one time did have glitter inside the oil filter, which wasn't very nice on a car like an M5. Turned out to be the cylinder bores scored on the inside of that, but this one will look pretty safe in there. There's no metal in there at all, if I say so myself. So we're another good service on the 3 litre. So next place I'm going to look for a little bit of metal is in the actual filter housing itself. Again, we're nice and dry in there. I say dry, it's full of oil, but there's no foreign contaminants in it. Put my fan cowling back on that I've just lent on and disintegrated. These are crap. These fan cowlings are just fall to bits for fun. So we'll get the new oil filter and put it in the new housing. I just like to inspect down here for coolant and oil while I'm down here. So we've got this genuine Land Rover plastic filter cap. Get that the right way around. Part number is LRO 13147, which comes with the seal and not broken on the inside as well. So we're gonna partner that up with another Bosch filter. We're not going to use the seal from the Bosch filter, we're going to use the seal that comes with the genuine Land Rover housing. Pop that in there like that. Then get some fresh oil around the seal. So that is the new filter housing and filter in. So we're going to nip underneath and drop the oil. So as you can see, we are draining the oil out. I made a little bit of a move with the under tray because one of the bolts has rounded, but it is draining nicely. Some bolt is back in. Gonna go and pull the oil out from the other side, so I don't make a complete mess. Wonder where I'm lying. Too bad. Just smells very diesely and DPF-y, and like the DPF has been regenning, which it has been. I bloody hate DPFs. Oh. Brake cleaner. So oil's drained, some plugs back in. We are actually going to go for a 540 valve line on the Discovery because I just feel like 530 is a bit too thin for 150 47,000 mile engine. There's a lot of oil myths and things about the 3 litre TDV6 and the SDV6, and that you should put 540 in it, you should run 530 in it, but everything's aluminium for the torch. But I use 540, I like 540. I've got customers who like 540. It works for me, so that's why I use it. And I'm going to spill this absolutely everywhere because I can't find my funnel. First litre of 540, then we'll go get the 5 litres of 540. Oh, sorry, I've already brought it over. Throw this in the parts pile. Again, spill this absolutely everywhere because I can't find my funnel, but it's okay. This is why we have brake cleaner. Just lubricates the side of the engine anyway. Also find with the 540 on 3 litre TDV6, you get that horrible rattle on startup with 530, which seems to not happen or happen a bit less with 540. I don't know if that's just placebo effect, or because I've heard some of them when you start them up with 530 and then they rattle like mad. Never been great for oil pumps, 2.7 and 3 litre there, have they? Hopefully it doesn't grenade itself on the first startup. Still got a few more things to do. Air filters, cabin filters, fuel filters back underneath. I'm going to brake cleaner all the oil that I spilled off. Get that going. So it's got a fresh sump full of Alvaline 540 is the oil that I prefer in my 3 litres. More brake cleaner. So I did spill a little bit. Until I get the brake cleaner in bulk, I'm not afraid to use it. Now we're going to change the air filter. Now I've only had this car since May 25 last year. I've had sports and things, another 3 litres in between that. But I've actually never changed the air filter. Aluminium, aluminium. Oh, a little bit of steel there. Oh, bit of steel there. That'll do. I've never actually changed the air filter in this car, so this is going to be the first time I've seen the condition of it. I've only ever done oil and filters on it. So, torch back on. I've already took a couple of these screws out. One there. On the corner here. One down there. So in a previous life, this car didn't have a very hard life at all. The previous owner that I got it off, it was a bare commercial when I got it. Its only purpose in life was carrying horse jackets up and down to horse shows. And then the poor thing ended up with me and gets worked hard. I'm missing some screws, but I can't quite see them. There's one right in front of us. So it's very well kept. And I want to keep it like that because it is a really nice car. It works very, very, very hard. See how this air filter looks. Don't think it'll be too bad. That's not too bad at all. It's a bit black, but at least it's not full of oil or collapsed in on itself. So we're going for an OEM replacement Bosch filter. Same as the one that actually came out, but obviously brand new. I'll put the Bosch right into the side because it just looks a bit tighter like that. Let the airbox hunted down onto the screws and tighten them all up. Normally these screws are absolutely rotten, but these ones are actually in quite good condition. EGRs, eh? Evil. There we go. Oh, dropped all my life savings. About £3.85 there. Now we're going to do the cabin air filter, which is strategically placed in the glove box. Try and get a good view on that. And pop these little tabs down. And that little tab there. And there's some invoices that have fell down the back. which all go in there. If only every car was made like that, like Land Rover. Old Land Rovers, new Land Rovers are just, I mean, that's not too bad. The last one was unbranded, but this one does feel like a Bosch. Well, this one is a Bosch, but the other one did feel like a Bosch as well. It just pops up into that little space up there. And then pop the cover back on, if you can get the tabs behind it. And then that's the cabin filter done. Jobs are good. Is that another invoice? Halfords. Oh no, this has been serviced at Halfords before. Oh, that's for the car seat. There we go, cabin filter done. Last but definitely not least, genuine Land Rover diesel filter. So these sit underneath the car on the Discoveries. So we'll roll under the side of the car again and pull it off. I'm probably going to do this off camera because I can't actually get the camera underneath to do there. But when I get the old diesel filter off, I'll bring it out and we'll see what sort of state it's in. While I'm under the car, however, I will show that the prop shaft is not there at the minute. Obviously, I've marked where the centre carrier goes for balancing. I've marked the rear flange and I've marked the front flange. So the prop goes on more or less the same way it came off. It will be balanced with the refurbished UJ and the refurbished centre carrier bearing. And then she should be good to go and get her down for a retest. It's a Napa filter. Again, don't mind it. Personal preference. I prefer genuine or Bosch. Fuel filter is out. Don't think it's been changed in a while. There's a bit of corrosion on there. It's not too mucky, but let's say it's due a service with the rust on there. So let's get this swapped out for the genuine Land Rover one. Quickly drain the diesel out of this one. I'm quite surprised the water and diesel light hadn't came on that thing yet, because that was a bit watery. Hands covered in diesel. Made in USA, same as the Napa one. Aha. I have forgot that little seal. Little one that sits on the bottom of the water sensor. There we go. So that's the diesel filter now done. Genuine Land Rover one fitted. Oil's done, air filter's done, cabin filter's done, service book's done, coolant's topped up, screen washer's topped up. So we're gonna put the ignition on and let the diesel system prime. So excuse the lights, my big light is blurring at the minute, so I'm working on LEDs. As well as the audio. I haven't actually got a microphone for this phone at the minute. So let's get that diesel primed through on her. Let it warm up, make sure there's no leaks from the diesel or the oil or anything important like that, and reset the service light. So now we are going to reset the service light using our Nanocom Evolution. Select Canber's vehicle. This will auto detect with the VCI 4 cable from Black Box Solutions. So now the Nanocom has auto detected the vehicle and the Discovery door dinging is doing your head in. Just waiting for it to load up the options for the Discovery 4 menu. And thankfully the door dinging has stopped. So we want to go to service functions. And we want to go to service reset. Wait for it to load. This function will apply a service interval reset. Service interval reset. Oil reset successful. Easy as that. Let it focus so you can see what it is. Easy as that. Nanocom resets the service lights. And I don't think we're going to have a look at anything else in case we can find some fault codes that we don't want to know about. And there we go. Engine cover back on. Everything done. All the service resets done. We are now just waiting on the prop shaft coming back. Get the prop shaft on and get it down for a retest. Lovely clean pass. Good for another year. So that's the 6 monthly service and the prop shaft replaced on the Discovery. I almost feel like I should give it a wash now, but there's no point. It's a Land Rover.